That green shaker that says 100% Parmesan? In 2016, the FDA found some of those had zero real Parmesan and up to 8.8% cellulose, wood pulp used to stop clumping. You're paying cheese prices for filler. Stick around and I'll show you how the word Parmesan masks cheddar, Swiss, and additives in the US, and how to spot the DOP seal, the rind marks, and the 4 real ingredients: raw milk, salt, rennet, cultures, so you never get scammed at the shelf again. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. You think the green shaker is clean and easy? The label says 100%, but the small print tells you what your pasta won't. This is a style play, not a promise of origin or purity. Here's the truth. In the US, Parmesan is a style term. It talks about texture and age, not where it came from or how it was made. On a shelf, that often means a graded, shelf-stable product built to pour and last, with help from additives that keep it loose, dry, and blandly uniform. And here's the kicker. Those pure labels clash with what tests found. Some jars had up to 8.8% cellulose, and a few 100% products didn't contain real Parmigiano at all. That jump from trace to hefty isn't about safety, it's about profit. A bigger share of cheap bulk keeps margins fat while the flavor thins out. Let's talk cellulose. It's plant fiber. In tiny doses, it stops shreds from clumping so the cheese flows. That use is normal, but ramp it up and you're not just preventing clumps, you're padding weight. You pay for cheese, you get volume that doesn't melt, doesn't taste, and doesn't feed the sauce the way real Parm does. Flip the label and compare. On a real wedge, you see 4 things: milk, salt, rennet, cultures. That's it. On the shaker, watch for cellulose or powdered cellulose. Scan for potassium sorbate posing as a flavor guard. Catch vague natural flavors that hint at a blend being propped up. One panel reads like a kitchen, the other reads like a kit. Think of it like this, calling every fizzy drink champagne. Same pop, same bubbles, but the bottle you bought, it's soda with foam. The legal wording sells the vibe, not the origin or the craft behind it. Regulators give grated cheese a lane for additives, and that's where the wiggle lives. Labels can park blends on the Parmesan shelf as long as they meet broad-style specs. Brittle, gradable, aged enough. So a mix that leans on cheddar or Swiss can still wear the Parmesan name in the aisle where you expect the real thing. So how do you dodge the filler trap fast? I'll show you a field test in a minute. 3 quick cues you can use in-store without slowing your shop. You won't need a magnifier, you won't need a cheese degree, just a glance, a thumb press, and 1 sniff. First, a quick payoff so you know the stakes. That cellulose number can hit about 8.8% in some products. And yes, some jars stamped 100% held no Parmigiano at all. Once you know that, the green can stop looking like a bargain and starts looking like a blend with a halo. Here's why this matters for your plate. Cellulose doesn't melt. It won't gloss a risotto or lace into a sauce. High levels leave a chalky bite and a floury cloud on hot food. Real Parm adds umami, salt, and that clean, savory finish that makes tomatoes taste sweeter and broth feel richer. Price won't save you here. Cheap shakers cut cost with bulk. Expensive shakers can still lean on additives because shelf life sells. The fix isn't the price tag, it's your read of the label and the form of the cheese. Bottom line, don't let a big 100% drown out the fine print. The jar's convenience comes with a trade-off: fillers, preservatives, and borrowed flavor, propping up a style word. Now let's separate the protected name from the supermarket wordplay and show you what the real thing looks like. You've heard the name, you've seen the wedge. But can you spot the real thing in 5 seconds while someone's cart clips your heel? You can, and once you learn it, the shelf games stop working. Here's the truth. Parmigiano Reggiano is a protected cheese. It's made in a set region under strict rules, then checked, aged, and logged so you can trace it. That long age builds deep flavor and those tiny crunchy bits you feel when you bite. The control isn't hype. It's how the makers keep the same clean build every time. Stores blur that line on purpose. Parmesan sounds close. It sits an inch away and looks like a deal. The words lean on each other. Your guard drops. You need a Loctite checklist you can run in seconds, even with cold fingers in a crowded aisle. 3 cues. Hit them fast. Start with the seal. Look for the red circle with yellow letters that flags DOP. No seal, no claim to protected origin. If the front screams Parmesan but hides that badge, it's selling the vibe, not the rules. Don't talk yourself into it. The seal is there when it's earned. Next, the rind. Real Parmigiano Reggiano wears dotted lettering burned into the rind that repeats Parmigiano Reggiano. You'll often see an oval mark from the Consorzio di Tutela. Some wheels even carry tiny chips for scan level trace. If your wedge has no rind edge, you lose the easiest proof. A sticker that says style or Italian type isn't the same as the dotted rind that the wheel is born with. Now flip the ingredient list. It's short. Raw cow's milk, salt, rennet, cultures. 4 clean and nothing else. No cellulose to stop clumps. No potassium sorbate to stretch shelf life. No anti-caking agent in any form. If you see flavor words or stabilizers, you're not holding the protected cheese. Put it back and move 1 slot over. Price is your gut check. Real wheels cost more. Aging, inspections, and strict milk rules raise the floor. A very low price on a Parmesan wedge with no rind edge is a red flag. The store can shave costs by selling blends, by grading ahead, or by skipping origin controls. When the tag feels too friendly, slow down and run the 3 cues again. Use taste and texture as backup when you get it home. The bite is firm and breaks clean. It doesn't bend. Those tiny white specks are tyrosine crystals from long aging. They snap softly under your teeth. The smell leans nutty and savory, with a deep broth note that lingers. It grates into fine shards that melt into heat and boost sauce without a chalk trail. Here's the kicker. The legal split lets Parmesan on a US shelf act like a style word. That opens the lane for blends that lean on other cheeses with additives to ride next to the real thing. They look similar and cost less, which is the whole trick. Only wedges that carry the DOP seal and rind marks, built with those 4 ingredients, are the protected cheese you think you're buying. Think of it like seatbelts. A real one locks and saves you when it counts. A loose strap sells the look but fails on impact. The name on the tag won't hold you, the build will. Bottom line, use the seal, the rind, and the 4-ingredient test. If 2 out of 3 are missing, you already have your answer. Next, your move. Where to buy with confidence, and which baskets to roll past without a second look.